G'day guys, Lee from Skull Drag. We're out on the beautiful pine today, fishing the salt, chasing those flat dogs in the pine. Got an awesome day, a little bit of wind around this morning, or this afternoon. And as the sun sets, we've got a couple of the Skull Drag boys that are coming. Eamon, one of the other Skull Drag boys, has been fishing here most of the day today. So he's done all right with a couple of flatties, but nothing massive to bring home the day with. So we're going to see if we can change that. Wind is blowing straight up the channel, which is going to make it interesting, but we're in the new PA. She's a good ship, seems to be handling it, no dramas at all. So we're going to go out there. We're going to start off with a bit of trolling, see if we can find ourselves a fish or two. Going to start off with the ever faithful Daiwa double clutch, see if we can't find ourselves a nice flatty. Come with us, let's go and have an adventure. So we're going to start our trolling off in about 1 to 2 meters of water, and as the tide falls we'll work our way out of the channel a little bit. We know there was a few fish holding here the other day, so hopefully with a bit of luck that's a pattern for them and they're going to remain here while we fish this falling tide. So we want our lures bumping along the bottom, and you can see with our lure tips there, you can see they're just touching the bottom from time to time and giving a bit of a jerk. That's how we know that our lures are getting down to the target zone where these flathead are sitting. So I'm only in about 1.1. I'm going to swing out a bit wider into about 1.5 to 2 meters, thereabouts. See if we can't jag ourselves an unlucky flatty. We're on to our first one. It didn't take long. Again, sitting into that area in the channel. Now this one's come up for a bit of a look. A little ways back, so I do have to keep paddling because otherwise we're going to go too far back with this wind today. So keeping a bit of an eye out for boat traffic because we are in the channel. It's a pretty quiet day today, so it's not too bad. But our first customer's coming up there now. Looks to be an alright flatty too, probably about 45. Gonna go crook now. Number one in the boat. Yeah, baby. Get a load of that. Lovely little flatty, probably going around about that 45 to 47 mark. So, great size fish for the table. Always love a feeder flatty. So I'm reckoning this one's going to be for the table. Yeehaw! Number one. That's what we're dealing with there. Lovely Pine River flatty. Get a load of that guy. Awesome size for eating, around about that 45 centimeter mark. So going to be an awesome afternoon session. Yo, bring it on, baby. So always important to check after you've caught that very first fish, or any flathead for that instance, is they haven't nicked your trace. You want that really intact with no cuts, no rashes, nothing like that, because it's very important, because if you do get a big one that manages to swallow that down whole, you want your line to be in the best possible condition so that you can land that fish. Hey, and there we go. Nice one. All right, on to another fish. So we got to keep moving because we're actually heading against the tide here, and we've got to try and stop from turning side on too much. But yeah, again on that same double clutch. Oh, and he's going for a run. This might be an awesome fish. Certainly got his head down on that one. Here he comes. No, he's not that big, he's on the top there. Slightly sideways in the hookup, so as a result of that, not exactly travelling all that straight and aquaplaning. So, but just the same, not a bad fish. Just switching over because the afternoon, the wind is a bit up, but the sun is. We're coming into summer, baby, and when we do, oh, again, nice little fish in the overlord, probably going around about that 40 centimetre mark. We'll have a bit of a look. But probably a bit small for us today. We can use the old Skull Drag Overlord as a bit of a Let her have a bit of a swim, recover. On your way, mate. Alright, go on. Don't want to leave. Where you go, son? Alright, there he goes. Excellent. Number 2, baby. It's going to whack a little bit of rhino goo on there, get a bit of scent happening. Even on hard bodies, it's a good idea from time to time. Just keeps them scented up and ready, so when the fish grab them, they actually taste like fish and they go for it. Nice solid fish too. Important to make sure you got your drag set real good right now. Coming up on the leader, having a bit of a dig. Let's have a look. Nice fish. Goody. Haha, number 3, baby. Woo! So the beautiful thing about the wind today is that I get a bit of a break. Even though we're going against the tide, the wind's pushing us along. So we are trolling against the tide. That's where I just picked that 40 centimetre flatty up. And they don't seem to mind, funnily enough, when you only got a little bit of tide running. When it's running really hard, then yeah, you kind of want to troll with the tide. But at the moment, as the tide getting towards the bottom half, as the tide starts to slow down a little bit, it's actually quite okay to troll both ways, which is good because it gives me a bit of a break, because on the way back I'm going to be pushing into the wind, which is no mean feat, but I'm going to have the tide with me, so it's kind of working out. Let's go catch some fish. That was like right there, man. The challenge of trolling, and I mean a lot of people probably don't think much of trolling, but at the end of the day I find that the actual art of trolling is really about reading these bottom patterns, getting your lure working in the right spot with light, working out your fish patterns, working out where they're holding, and then moving from there. But finding at the moment, we're sort of hitting those fish in around about that 1.5 to 2 metre mark. That seems to be where they're sitting, and things are quieting down a little bit, so we might try a few different places. But you can see I'm just holding a straight tack here, and you can see the bottom, basically the bottom just come up there. So there's quite a lot of humps in there, and obviously that's where the fish are holding in amongst it all. So saw my little rod gave a bit of a twitch here before, so I might just see what's going on here. You do need to clear your rods and your lines a fair bit of seaweed and that kind of thing, because obviously you're bumping those lures along the bottom, so they are going to pick up weed. So it's important, if you stop, if you don't see the tip of the rod working anymore, that you stop and you clear the weed off it. And it doesn't take much, it's only a little bit of weed like that. It's just enough to inhibit the action of the lure, and that could be the difference between getting a strike and not. There's nothing better than finishing it off with a nice fish. Taken, oh, some big head shakes going on there. Nice, man. That's exactly what we want to see on that double clutch. He is solid fish. Oh man, this is good. Oh, Might loosen that drag off a little bit because I think we've got a good fish here. Oh yeah, this is a beauty. Man, nice and solid, and he's running. Oh, man, get a load of that. Oh, good fish. Oh yeah, and that's what we want. He's a nice solid fish, this one. All right, time to steady on down. Take it nice and slow. This is the time where they tend to get away. There's our leader. Fish is coming up. He's a beauty. Oh, running again. Come on, baby. There's our leader. Have a go at that. That is a beautiful flatty. He's only just hooked in the side. We'll coax her into the net. Oh, yeah, baby. Ah. Nice. And that is why we fish the bigger net, just in case we come across one of those dinosaurs. Get a load of that. What a cracking fish. Yeah, baby, sunset flatty. That's why we came here. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time out on the water. Ew. Oh man, that is such a thrill, being able to let a big girl like that go. You know, catching a big girl like that, it's fantastic. It is such an experience, and it's what we live for as fishermen. But to be sustainable, to actually have these fish for our future generations to catch, we have to be responsible about how much we take and how much we let go. And that is just an absolute thrill and a privilege to catch that big girl, and I can't wait to catch her when she gets a little bit bigger. Yeah, baby. And that's a wrap for today. And we've been out trolling some lures, catching some flatties, and having an awesome good time out here on the Pine River. Get a load of that sunset. There's only one thing better, and that was letting that big girl go. Yeah, baby.